having you guys around. Yeah, it's been
a while.
Been a hectic little while. Welcome to the Entertaining Stupid Podcast. My name is Buddy Jason, and with me this week is
Sylvan.
Matty B.
Yeah, it has been like almost a month since we last recorded one.
Matty
of these.
looks hungover with those sunglasses.
I'm actually
on.
not. I just was too lazy to switch my glasses.
Yeah.
Plus, I also just got them done, like so I actually can see through them. They're prescription now.
Oh, nice.
I just got them yesterday, so that's why I'm like fucking trying
to wear them as much as
How much
possible.
do those cost you?
I have no idea because I'm a spoiled little brat. My mom paid for it, so I have no idea.
Mrs. Backler, can you get me a pair of prescription sunglasses too?
Well, I bought the frames myself, and the frames are like $200.
Okay, that's fair.
But
You get transitions.
You know what though? The only thing I don't like about transitions is like, just case in point, like, because we went to Calgary last weekend for Thanksgiving because my sister lives there, and my parents have transition lenses or glasses, and we got family photos done, and like it just turns pitch black right away, and then it's like they're wearing sunglasses the whole time through family photos. So I was like, I don't really like that. I just rather have my own one for sunglasses and then just normal glasses. That's just me though.
Yeah,
but I understand the awesomeness of it. I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Syl, what'd you do for Thanksgiving?
I didn't.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I guess, most of your family's out and away.
Sporchetti and meat sauce.
I did make spaghetti. It was really good. And Dan was very jealous, and he threw a hissy fit when I wouldn't give him any.
Good. Make your own shit.
He's a big boy. He's got family shit to do too. I assume he did stuff for Thanksgiving.
He went to visit his parents.
Yeah.
And they gave him a bunch of food that he ate immediately upon getting home.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So you know what? He got food. You got your own spaghetti. He should just go, suck it up.
Yeah, but the spaghetti I make is like
fantastic.
in a different league than the spaghetti that Dan makes, because Dan makes
alphagetti, let's be honest here.
No, he heats up just basic
sauce,
and that's
sauce.
it. Tomato sauce, and then puts it over.
And you have meat. You make a meat sauce.
I make a meat sauce.
Yeah.
What a sucker.
That has like veggies in it, and it's really good.
Freaking more.
Do you guys prefer a ham or turkey?
What's a ham or turkey?
A ham
or turkey. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like turkey.
Yeah, me too.
But like a lot of people in my family like ham, so my mom does both because we're spoiled.
I'm not a big fan of ham to begin with. It's not my favorite cup of tea. I can eat it in a sandwich.
I like ham the next day. Like,
That's
I want
fair.
turkey the night of, like, freshly prepared, and I want ham the next day.
We actually go the other way. We actually just get chickens, and we just cook a couple chickens because it's, like, super juicy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, oh, man, it was fucking the bomb this time. It was so good.
Yeah, but my mom loves the holidays, so she invites, like, the whole goddamn neighborhood. So there's, like, 25 people at my parents' place. On normal.
Turkey's really good.
COVID kind of messes
things.
that up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I think I just we usually do like a turkey, but this time around, my mom bought a bunch of seafood.
Oh,
that
sounds amazing.
We had some oysters, red crab, and a bunch of like shrimp and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
sounds
that was
awesome.
fantastic. Yeah. In other news, I got my wisdom teeth pulled out yesterday, and like I'm really puffy, and that's why there's no video in all this right now.
So who went with you?
My dad.
Yeah, because someone has to go with you.
Yeah,
right?
well,
yeah. Because did you get?
I got the IV sedation.
You did get sedated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because Ashley got it too, and it was hilarious. But I don't want to say anything and embarrass her because it's.
Well, I mean, like Ray told me stories too about like how out of whack he was out of it. But like for me, it was like they plugged the IV in, and the doctor came, the surgeon came and talked to me. I'm like, okay, cool, answers. I'm like, all right, we're gonna start the sedation. You might start to feel. I'm like, you feeling? I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of. I think I feel this, and then immediately out of it, and then the next thing I woke up was like, I think I'm feeling this shit, and I was sitting upright in a leather chair in the recovery room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get yours done at the Midtown?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where Ashley got hers done. That's hilarious. I know the exact room you're talking about.
Yeah. And then my dad was sitting there, and he's like, all right, you got.
Yeah. Because your dad's waiting in that room for you, right?
Yeah. They gave him a bunch of paperwork, and they're like, he still has to pay because I guess they take payment after. I'm like, okay. I take out my wallet, pull the card out, plug it in, enter my PIN and everything like that. And like, okay, cool. He's like, my dad, they're telling my dad, like, hold on to him. He might be a little woozy or whatever. But like, I'm like, we're like 4 or 5 paces ahead of him, like headed to the elevator. I hit the button, I get in. My dad follows me afterwards. He's like, do you need to sit down or anything like that? No, I'm just like, come on, come pick us up. We can go.
I want to lay down.
I know for Ashley, like when we were in that room, because I had to be there with her. So I'm waiting in the room and she gets her and she's just out of it. And this is just the funny stuff. Like it's not embarrassing, but she's just like, you think they'd make a smaller chair for small people? Because she was like, it's this massive fucking chair, right? That they sit in. She's like, it's too tall. And then like she gave me the card for them to pay for the procedure. And she like whispers to the nurse. She's like, that's my dad's credit card. He wanted the air miles. And it was just so funny. Yeah. But those are the only two things I'll say. But like, yeah, you're like out of it for like a couple hours. Like, you know, I
felt fine, a little like wibbly wobbly, but like I paid for it myself and
nice.
And
that was when I got my hernia surgery. Like that was like the most disorienting thing was just I was laying on the operating table, staring at like the millions of bright lights that they have.
Yeah.
And I'm staring and they're just like the nurse and the doctors, they're all like laughing because it was one of the nurses, like she was retiring like within the week. And so I'm just like waiting there. I'm like, this is not really. And then I wake up in recovery and it like, I woke up and I was like, this isn't the room what just happened?
Yeah.
Where am I? I'm going to throw up. Can I have something for nausea, please? And then I was completely like coherent and everything after that.
It'd just be crazy because you just wake up and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah,
right? And like it's like holy shit, and that's why people freak out. Like a lot of them just freak out and like try to yank shit out.
It was disorienting because like just a bright white room, and then it's like the gross beige of St. Paul's Recovery, and I was like,
yeah, oh, it's so nasty. Yeah, that freaking hospital, dude.
Yeah, and like I'm just all puffy and swollen in the one spot.
Yeah,
and I don't know. They gave me some antibiotics, an like microbial mouthwash or whatever, and they gave me some Dilaudid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've only used like one pill.
Yeah, I remember getting the painkillers for Ashley, and the pharmacist was like, these are really, really strong, and they can be very addictive, so I highly recommend that you don't take them if you don't have to. So I told her that, and she's like, fuck it. And she just took Advil the whole time. I was like, what a champ, because that would be fucking so sore.
That's another thing that pissed me off. Why does it, when you get your wisdom teeth removed, you get Dilaudid? But when I, like, literally can't sit up because I had surgery, they're like, Tylenol, here you go. Over the counter.
Yeah.
It's like, but I can't sit up.
But you just cut into me, man.
You're a dick. Give me good drugs.
Yeah. It's just because I think so many people get addicted to it so fast.
Oh yeah, any kind of opioid. I'm very even if they gave it to me, like I didn't even take the Tylenol they gave me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was fine, but still, it's the principle.
I have like I don't know, like probably a dozen pills or whatever.
Oh yeah. They give you a shit
crap ton. I just read on the thing. It's like take 1 or 2 every 4 to 6 hours as needed. I'm like I don't need this.
No,
4 to 6 hours.
Like, that's.
You'll be feeling real good.
Yeah. I'm like I don't need this. This isn't too bad.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So other than that, I just gotta wait for the swelling to go down, and
that's a pain in the ass. So that's gotta suck. Is it suck to sleep kind of, or
no?
No, it's good.
No, I sleep fine.
That's good.
Did you have a lot? Like, did you bleed a lot after? Like
a bit. I probably went through most of the gauze that they sent with me.
Yeah.
But I think on the little pamphlet that they gave me, it's like, you'll notice a bit of blood in your saliva for the next 2 to 3 days, and it's like, that's cool.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Is there like stitches in there? Or
yeah,
okay.
yeah, they'll dissolve out in a week. Is what the surgeon said. So
I didn't know if you had to go back because that would suck.
Yeah. I don't have my wisdom teeth out.
Yeah, that was the worst part for me was having to go back after to get my stitches out.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Or for your surgery?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the stuff that inside would be in the dissolvable ones. Right?
Yeah. Well, like the just the ones like
on your skin and
stuff. The wound.
Yeah.
But man, I saw this video. I don't know why I saw it on YouTube, but like it was like someone got attacked by a dog, so they had a really big like big cut, like a deep cut on their like ankle.
Yeah.
And whoever did it the first time didn't stitch it properly, so they were still kind of like an infection.
Ooh.
So like this doctor's like telling the story of like this is what was supposed to be done, and he's taking out the stitches. He has to reopen the wound, essentially like flush it out like a shit ton with like water and like the solutions to clean out the wound again, and then had to re-stitch it super tight.
Yeah.
And then they were like, I would never go to that place again wherever you got it. And it was like so deep, like you could see it was fucking gross.
Wounds like that are fucking gross, but I would hate to like when I broke my wrist, I was worried that I would number one have to have surgery.
Yeah.
and number 2 that it wouldn't heal properly, and they would have to re-break it.
Yeah, re-break it to fucking
to
put
make
it in
it
place.
set properly. Like that would
Yeah.
suck. You spend 4 weeks in a cast just to realize that
Oh no, it didn't. It didn't work. We're
It's-
just gonna
yeah.
smash your
it's
arm up.
not healing properly. We're gonna have to take the cast off and re-break it so it heals properly. It's like, are we back in the Middle Ages? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You're a doctor.
There's an NBA player. He plays for the Golden State Warriors. He's a Splash brother. I'm just trying to think of his name. Klay Thompson. When they were playing the finals against the Raptors in that Game 6, he was like the best player on the court, and then he did a dunk, but he tore his ACL in the play. But he went and he did his free throws before he left. But then he was out for the rest of the series, and he was. It didn't matter. Toronto won anyway. But then he was out for pretty much the next year because basketball, you really need your knee, right? So he was almost fully recovered, and then he tore his Achilles.
Oh my god.
So he's been out for like 2.5 years, and he's getting paid like $30 million a year just to be injured, essentially, because he's so fucking good. Like in the NBA, like if you're so fucking good, you're gonna get paid even if you're hurt.
Well, I assume like with a contract his size too, the buyout
$200 million.
Yeah, the buyout's probably fucking crazy.
Because he's worth coming back. He'll be fine, and he'll make he'll help them win a shit ton of games. Right?
Yeah.
But like, what are the chances? Hey, you blow out your fucking Achilles after?
That
like,
sucks.
Fuck, man. And like, you need your Achilles, especially for the jumping.
Well, you need both. Like that's a very high impact sport.
Well, yeah, and you got to think that like it makes sense that those things would blow out pretty easy because like fuck, man, the amount of like pressure you put on those things
Like,
all the time,
just,
jumping.
Like, cause say like okay, you get the ball back now. Transition happens. You are basically from a stop to a full sprint for 7 or 8 steps, and then you are at a full stop again. It's like, and you do that the entire game.
I freak out when people like just accidentally land on someone's shoes because it just fucking cranks their ankles, man. Like it just tears them apart.
I'm actually surprised there isn't more.
I thought there would be way more because like I just saw like in the NFL, Saquon Barkley, he's like the running back for the Giants, and he was running and then he was like looking away and he stepped on the guy's foot and his foot just completely caved out. He had like this giant fucking baseball on his ankle. It was fucking nasty, dude.
That's a break.
It wasn't a break; it was a sprain. But like
sprain
but he might have a fracture in it too.
Yeah,
like they have to
okay,
figure
that
out if
makes
there's a fracture. But it was so fucking nasty.
Probably can't even get a good X-ray because of all the swelling.
Yeah, exactly. And he just tore his ACL and MCL last year.
Fuck.
And he did 9 months of rehab just to get injured. That sucks ass.
Sucks. But you know, the thing I love about the season right now, like September, October is when sports starts again.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm watching like hockey every night.
Yeah.
I'm watching baseball every so often. The NFL. And
Yeah. So you got NFL, like middle of the season, start of the NHL season.
Yeah.
Playoffs for baseball.
Yeah, postseason.
Formula One, NASCAR.
It's
Soccer.
like
Soccer.
it's
There's every sport
Premier
right
League
now.
started up again.
yeah. It's like the perfect time to just be able to watch sports.
Yeah. And then I was watching that All for Nothing, like the Amazon on the Toronto Maple Leafs there.
Yeah.
And they did like just one episode, like part of it was like some of the guys recovering from their injuries and like they were out a certain amount of time. And then Zach Hyman, when he was still with the Leafs, was like, fucking being injured sucks because you don't get to go on the road with the guys, and that's your camaraderie and your guys, like your buddies, right? They're all like out there playing together and you feel like you're not helping the team. And then you're trying to get back, but all you do is like 4 to 6 hours a day of rehab, trying to get back and, to help out your teammates. And then I'm like, no wonder like someone like Andrew Luck, who always got hurt a bunch at the end, retired so young because he's just tired of rehab. Like that's all you're doing. Like that would suck ass. Like, hey man, here's the strength in your knee that you fucked up or your shoulder, right? Like, that's insane.
You're doing a full-time job just so that you can go back and do your full-time job.
Yeah, and it's like gruesome. Like it's like, man, you got to keep stretching. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I've gone to physio and I fucking hated it because I had like runner's knee. And I was like, dude, I was like half-assing my physio compared to like some guy who's got to fucking do it every day.
Yeah.
Like, that's so annoying.
Yeah, well,
Well, if you don't get up to form and you don't make the
better.
money.
And it fucking hurts because
because you're injured.
When my injuries happened, and then it would be so disheartening to finish all that physio just to get hurt again.
Yeah.
And have to go through it all over again.
Yeah. And like Joe Burrow, like he tore his PCL, his MCL, and his ACL last year. All in one hit. And he cut back within 9 months. You know how hard you must have been going at fucking rehab? Like, just insane.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, man.
How do you repair all 3 of those?
Well, you know what? It's just there's these specialists out there that are so good, and then the team will find that specialist who's like specializes in knees, and then that's all they do. Like they'll send him out to LA, and get it done. And like he's back playing and he's playing really good. But like imagine like you gotta be scared too. He's like, dude, I want my knee to get blown out again.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like fuck.
I assume like the NFL probably pays for to have like those top ass surgeons on retainer or something like that for teams to be able to.
They probably have like a.
They'll make something happen, like because they'll just say, hey man, we'll pay you a little extra if you can just bump him right now. For like
be like,
hey.
hey.
It's a pro athlete, they're gonna do it. Like every team, and then like if they don't have like need surgery though, then it's the trainers that are on them all day, like to kind of get back into it and like.
Well, yeah, and like that's if you follow, you know, what your trainers think, because I know the issue with like the Buffalo Sabres and Jack Eichel is that he's injured.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to do the surgery that the Buffalo Sabres want him to do.
Yeah, like they want him to get a disc fusion in his neck.
Yeah.
And they're like, and the team doctor, because they all have team doctor's like, let's do a disc fusion in your neck. And then Jack Eichel wants to get a disc replacement in his neck. So they like just replace the disc in his neck. And there's a huge argument over it, and that's why like one of the reasons, and he wants to be out too, he wants to get traded. But like he could be back in 3 months instead of it being like a whole year recovery kind of thing.
Yeah, because having your plates like fused together, that takes a long time.
And it can fuck with you like long term, man. Like if fusions aren't really that great.
If they're not done properly, they can really fuck you up.
Yeah. So like, man, and your neck too. Like that's gotta be shit-y, man. Like you must feel like shit all the time in your neck. You must have massive headaches and shit. Like holy shit.
Well, yeah, there's like the pain of all your muscles and nerves just like pulling in that area.
Yeah, you just feel like you're like, you know, when you have like your neck, like in your neck super tight and it just pulls your head and you get a headache and shit. That's probably what. I can't imagine.
Yeah. All right. Continuing on the trend of like October, Halloween's coming up.
Yeah.
I know. Maddie's having a shindig, a little party.
Yep.
We still need to figure out costumes.
No, we don't.
Well, me and Sylvan had costumes, but Sylvan can't make it anymore.
I have to go to work.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, we're members of Slipknot. We're Slipknot.
Okay, so it's just you?
So far, yeah, it's just me. But I am Slipknot.
You know, Corey Taylor's pretty much all Slipknot is.
Fuck, man, true. I got my katana signed by fucking Slipknot. Fuck you, Darren.
All right, well, I guess we should reach out to the other guys and see.
Well, because Syl got his mask, which was dope. I did send it in the group text, but no one else replied to me except Sylvan. And then Dan, I was like, Dan, you can just be the clown. Like, you just get a clown mask and be a clown. Slipknot. But at this point, you just got to get a creepy mask and just wear, like, we all wear overalls or something, and we're good to go.
Okay. I should probably get on that. I'll find something.
Yeah, you'll find something.
If worse comes to worse, you could just use my mask.
Yeah.
It showed up and I can't use it because
they're creepy, but it's cool. Like it actually goes well for Halloween because they're fucking creepy, and that's like the whole point. I was like, I want to be kind of creepy this year.
Yeah, and you know that's the one thing about Halloween, like that really always bothered me was like you buy these costumes and then you only wear it for one night. And it's like, what do you do with it? And that's why the last couple of years I've been trying to do stuff out of like my own wardrobe or
budget.
Yeah. That's why I got this one because I'm like, dude, it's a cool one. They're cool ass masks, and then two. It's like they were $40 on Amazon, so it's like you're not investing a lot of money, and it's just like a cool ass creepy mask. And I've never really had a creepy costume, so it's kind of like cool to have something that's different and more creepy instead of it just be like some kind of meme or some fucking thing that's hilarious and people laugh at. So
the best part of it for me is even the coveralls that I got.
Yeah,
I can wear those for work.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
There's like no downside except that I can't go.
Except you can't go.
Yeah. You go. What are you heading out to Manitoba?
Yeah, northern Manitoba for a week.
You going to the Paw?
No, Norway House.
Oh, I know Norway House. Yeah. Oof, boy.
Yep.
You just going out there to set up some buildings or whatever?
It's all set up. It's now just finished work all the work that couldn't be done until the building was assembled.
How many crew guys are going?
Me and one other guy.
No.
And then
you guys get paid to drive there?
Yep.
Nice.
And then I'll probably have to go back another time sometime in the future because there's a change order on a bunch of doors that have to get completely redone.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah. I'm not happy about it.
Well, hopefully you can take up some video games or something and help you pass the time.
Well, that's like an 8-hour drive.
9.5. Yeah.
What are you guys playing for video games right now?
Diablo 2.
Destiny 2. And I've been playing a little bit of Alan Wake Remastered.
Okay. Yeah, it's been hard to try.
It's hard, dude. It's fucking hard right now. Like I can't find like You know, like it's just like the ones I'm just sticking to instead of just like
yeah.
trying anything.
It's like whatever's like I don't feel the urge to try any of these new games coming out, and I'm just going through like any service that can provide me a free video game to play for a while.
I'm at the point where it's like I'm kind of done spending $90 for a game if it's like a single player game, unless like it's really fucking good or like I can get 40 hours out of it.
Like a Red Dead.
Yeah, like I can get 40 hours out of God of War, the new one, so I'm gonna buy it. I could get 40 hours out of Far Cry for sure. Far Cry 6, like I could get it. And I do want to play Far Cry 6, but I'm like, I don't need to play that right now. Like I can play it later when it's on sale. So, like it'll be on sale in December anyway. Like it'll be like a Christmas, like, hey man, here's $30 off, and I'll buy it then, kind of thing. Because there's some really good games out. Like Deathloop looks sweet. Like that one I really want to play. I wanted to play Far Cry 6, but I'm gonna wait. I think there's a couple more like Diablo. I've never played Diablo, so I'm like on the fence about it, but it looks fucking cool. Diablo 2 remastered. But I don't know. It feels like we've been kind of on a lull for a long time, even though there's been some good releases. It just feels like a lull.
Yeah. I find myself like, I don't know, it's not as fun to play single player games anymore. I like
That's
playing
the problem.
I like playing stupid multiplayer games with you guys where we do random shit.
Like I love the single player games, but it's harder to play it because you're so used to playing with people.
Yeah, like when we were playing like Siege with each other.
Siege is fun.
Like that's just a a party right there.
Well, yeah, because you get a group of a bunch of guys with LMGs and you literally shred the whole building.
Like,
and then I'm laying on the floor crying because there's bullets flying everywhere.
I feel like the only thing that I have with Siege is like it's either like I'm really chill or I'm way too competitive about it, and I get flustered if I'm competitive. And I'm trying to like not be that. I don't really care when we just play like with each other. Like that's just goofing off.
Yeah.
But when we play in that like the ranked setting or something like that, you just get like flustered, like fuck, like this or that. But it's a fucking great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like other than that, like I've been trying to play these single player games, and like I get like 75% of the way through, and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, dude, I have Ghost of Tsushima. I've only played like 4 hours, and it's like, fuck. I know it's fucking amazing. I know it is, but I just can't do it right now.
Yeah, and I think like especially with like right now, like I said, there are all alternatives. So instead of playing video games, I'm sitting on the couch watching hockey, watching football.
I've been doing a lot of that.
I'm
starting to get into more shows too now. Again, like I go through phases where it's like TV or gaming.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm more on TV now than I am in gaming.
Yeah, and like I can even mix a bit of both because League of Legends and Dota 2 are having their grand tournaments on right now. So I've been watching a bunch of that stuff online, and yeah, it's just like I don't know. I feel like.
Doesn't everything feel like it's a lull though? Like right now?
Yeah.
Like movies still aren't there. They're not back to where they used to be. TV shows are getting better, but like they're far between.
Have you guys watched Squid Game yet?
No, I heard it's awesome.
So we are the outliers then.
Yeah, we are the outliers. But I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
But also like dubbing stuff is really hard for me to get into, but I heard once you finally get through a certain threshold, then Squid Game is just incredible.
Yeah. Well, what is it? I mean, Syl will probably relate to this, but like if you watch the dub, it's like really shitty.
Yeah,
anime. Okay. It's like what is it? Ghost Stories level up.
Yeah. Oh god.
Terrible dubs. So like the people that I've sort of talked to about it, they all say, yeah, just watch the Korean and read the subtitles.
Well, I mean, you and me have watched a lot of anime, so like the subtitles doesn't bother us.
It doesn't bother us. Yeah, but like for some people, when they listen to the dub, like the words don't stick up because they're speaking Korean and it comes out English, and it's like it comes back to that whole like the old kung fu movie days where you'd have someone speak and then it'd be delayed like a second or two.
Well, that's a problem too, man. This thing, like our phones, it's just creating such more short attention spans. Like sometimes it's even hard just to watch. Like I watched a couple episodes of the show and I'm like, this is good, but it's like 50 minutes long every episode. And I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm like, I don't want to invest like 4 episodes and blow 7 out, like 6 hours of watching TV. But there is some good shows out there, like, and there's one movie I'm really hyped for that comes out I think next Friday. I really want to watch Dune. Like, that movie looks awesome.
I mean, I've never been a big fan of the novel, anyways.
I don't know anything about it. I just think it looks really cool. And I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. I want to see Venom as well. I heard that actually Let There Be Carnage is like really fun. and I heard there's a part at the end where it's fucking dope, but I'm not gonna say anything.
I don't know. I wish, like, any show that has Carnage in it, I wish it was rated R.
It should be rated R, and that the one thing I think that I heard is that like it took a lot of people by surprise. The first one was like not bad in my opinion. It was like okay, but then this one was like way more because Andy Serkis directed it, so they said it was just a lot better. But and then there's a tie-in that's really cool, but
Nice.
that I've heard of because some asshole spoiled it for me. His name is Christian, but I also asked if I cared, and I said no, I don't really care, so that's my fault.
So
too.
he's not an asshole.
But he's not an asshole. But I just like to call him that.
Yeah, because I mean, like movies with the mass serial killer in it, like it has to be an R-rated movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to see
He needs to be rated R for sure.
the sadistic side in him, whereas he like butchers people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised they haven't realized that the Deadpool movies have just done so well that a rated R superhero movie is
Well, that's the thing too.
Viable.
That
Who owns Venom? Sony?
Sony owns
Sony's
Venom,
doing
Okay.
but Sony's letting Disney use Spider-Man, but they still own the rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to see that movie though, just because I think it. I really like Tom Hardy, so like I think he's good Eddie Brock and way better than what we had in Spider-Man 3. Not that it's his fault. It's just like Topher Grace is not a good Venom.
Well, I mean,
there was
Eddie
a
Brock,
lot of really bad things.
even the like was it Flash Thompson in the new ones here? It's like you go off the source material. Eddie Brock's supposed to be this big ass bully.
Yeah.
Flash Thompson's supposed to be this big ass bully, and you got someone like Topher Grace. You're like, that doesn't fit the bill at all.
No, not
You
at
get the Indian guy off the new ones as Flash Thompson. It's like he's supposed to be the quarterback
Yeah.
bullying a Peter Parker, and it's just like it doesn't fit because he's like this hipster drama guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like you guys have source material. I get it, like, you can take some creative liberties and whatnot, but like, I don't know, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth since I love the comics so much.
That's fair.
Well, and that's the other thing too, man. Like, I'm at the point where I'm more interested in something like Venom, and Spider-Man is Spider-Man, so like I'm really down for that. And what they showed in the trailer kind of reminds me of the Spideyverse, like the animated Sony movie that they made, and I really like that movie. So I'm like, I'm in for that movie. I want to watch it. But I'm really superheroed out besides that.
Yeah,
Like,
I've been super.
I do want to see Shang-Chi, but I don't give a like. I'm not gonna pay for it. Like, I'll just wait until it comes out for free. I can't watch the Loki TV show because I'm not into all these multiverse things. I'm like, it's just so
It's hard to keep track of.
Yeah, and it's like that's where all the Marvel things are going, and that's cool. But I don't know enough about it, and I think I'm just like, they had such a good ending to it. I'm like, this is like where you can leave it, but now they're creating a new arc, which is cool. But I'm gonna go watch the Thor: Love and Thunder because I loved Ragnarok, and I hope that it's like the same thing.
It's still Taika, right?
Yeah, it's Taika.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that he just breathed a whole new life into that.
yeah,
that
the
series.
movie is just amazing. Like, that's my favorite Marvel movie because it's just so goofy and it's just fun. It's a fun movie, right? Same with that's what the Guardians one was. That was such a fun movie.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I'm kind of burnt out on everything. Like, they had a nice little ending with Endgame there, and then like everything afterwards was just kind of extra, sprinkled on top kind of stuff, and it's like I watched WandaVision. That was fantastic.
WandaVision was awesome. I did watch that.
Didn't watch the Winter Soldier,
Me neither.
Falcon stuff. Didn't watch Loki.
No.
Haven't seen.
I've seen some episodes of both, but I can't finish. I'm just like not interested in it.
I'm just kind of burnt out that I don't know. There's not really.
WandaVision was cool because it was a way different,
Style, yeah.
yeah, it was a way different style. So I really
I just think like movies nowadays, there's not really an original idea out there anymore.
There has been an original idea since 1996.
You know what I do like? I do want to see the new Batman movie because it looks really dark, like it kind of more like the Nolan style.
I haven't even seen anything for that.
Oh yeah, like I think today's DC Fandom or something like that.
Yeah,
so
I
like
think they're going to
releasing
release a
another
trailer.
for it.
Okay.
But like it looks really cool so far.
From what I've read, I have like they're trying to cram a lot of like villains into it.
I know that Riddler's the main villain.
Riddler's the main villain. I think you see Scarecrow. I think you see Penguin, and like when you start spouting off all of these
You can't do all
villains,
of them.
You get the
makes-
Spider-Man 3 problem.
yeah, you get the Spider-Man 3 problem. You get the Amazing Spider-Man 2 problem.
Yeah.
Like it's just way too much to focus on.
Yeah, we'll have to see until like we see the trailer and stuff. But like, I want like a Nolan-esque kind of Batman again. Like it just works so well when it's like
Batman
a dark
Begins, Dark Knight Rises,
Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns. Those ones were fantastic.
Yeah,
Because
you
they
know what?
had one main bad guy.
At first, I was like, I don't know, man. About well, actually, no. Dark Knight had two.
Yeah, but like they had one main bad
Yeah,
guy.
the one made another bad guy out of it, essentially.
Yeah, and like the thing I liked about that movie was like it all conceptualized that this happened within a certain like a few months span
Yeah.
of everything.
Dark Knight Rises, the first time I saw, I'm like, this movie's like ridiculous and it's too long, and that's not what Bane is. But then I watched it again. I'm like, it's really fucking good. Like, it actually is insanely good. The whole story arc and everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing that really catches my eye right now. I think what I want to do is like I've seen all these different cuts of like the Lord of the Rings trilogies and like the Hobbit trilogies
Yeah.
that make it more like the book, and they turn the Hobbit from a 3-movie series to like a 1 4-hour movie.
Oh, that's what it should have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I think I want to go and try and find that cut and watch that.
Because that was the problem with The Hobbit was I found it was way too slow.
They just filled in.
Well,
with
that's
all
the
this other
problem.
shit.
Because, in my opinion, that whole trilogy, Desolation of Smaug was like the only thing that I really like. The whole movie, I'm like, that movie's awesome out of all three of them. Because it's pretty fast paced with the barrel scene and everything like that.
Well, my one major gripe with it is The Hobbit, like the book, is
Mm-hmm.
based around following
Bilbo?
Bilbo.
Yeah.
Then you transition in the movies, and then all of a sudden, Bilbo kind of, after the first movie, takes kind of like a back seat
Yeah, he does.
in a lot of things,
Yeah.
because it starts focusing all around the dwarves and Lake Town
the elves.
and the elves and stuff like that, and like the orcs, and it's like, this is supposed to be about the Hobbit.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing I really like is in that movie, I just think the barrel thing's fun, but the Smaug thing was awesome. Like the scenes with Smaug was like, holy shit, this is really cool. But then, like, he dies within 3 minutes of the third one.
Well,
5 armies.
that should have been tacked on to the end of it.
Yeah,
the
it should
end
have
of the
been
second,
tacked in the end.
Yeah, that's
But
how it should have been.
That I don't care for the 5 armies. Like it was like, yeah, it's fine.
I mean, the war scene was pretty cool,
Yeah,
but
Great battle scenes, but like in the whole context of it all, Bilbo gets knocked out like, I don't know, like 10 minutes into the fight.
yeah.
It should really just like cut from him being knocked out to him waking up.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I do like because the Lord of the Rings trilogy, every movie just gets better
And
like,
better and
that's,
better.
It just
and
they
better.
all get better. Yeah, like they're so good each
Yeah.
one. Like the first one's just such a good introductory to the whole setting. The second one's insanely good. Like the war at the end, like that whole war is amazing.
Yeah.
With the like Rohan and everything. And then the third one, oh, it's so fucking good, man. Like they're all so good.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the TV show that they're making with Amazon.
Yeah.
Because Amazon is making really good TV shows.
that has been in the works for some time now.
Yeah.
I'm
It's coming out next year.
okay.
No, like they have a date. Like it's November 2022.
What is it actually about? Is it like the
I think it's just
Silmarillion?
I think it's
'Cause
about
like the Silmarillion is a fucking like the
It's a Bible in itself.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy is like the tip of the iceberg, and the Silmarillion is like everything that's underneath. So it's just massive. So I have no idea what
they
part
might be
they're-
they might be just taking some like stories from there.
like are they
the taking characters. I just don't know like which age.
like
it's
which
going
age
in.
they're picking,
Yeah, I don't know.
which character from which age.
It'd be
they're-
fucking dope
have-
if they actually did the Sauron.
We have
fucking
devices in our hands that
age.
can figure
Yeah.
this out.
Like where like Sauron comes to power. That'd be
Yeah.
fucking sick,
Well,
dude.
Dan wanted to see the whole thing with like the humans fighting Mordor and the armies of Sauron. The reason they didn't get overrun was because of the army of dwarves holding back like another army of orcs and goblins.
Man, there's so many times like because I watched like there's this like Lord of the Rings YouTube channel where they explain like all these ages and everything. There's so many times that Sauron is retreated, man. Like he has to retreat, regroup, and then they go attack again, and then it's like, oh shit, they're almost on the cusp again, but then they have to retreat because something else happens.
Yeah.
Like
So all that's known about it is that it's set in the second age of Middle Earth, thousands of years before the events of Hobbits and the Lord of the Rings.
fuck yeah, that's sweet.
Series follows the ensemble cast of characters as they confront the reemergence of evil in Middle Earth.
That's fucking sweet. That sounds cool. And you can get a lot out of it, like a TV show like that. comparatively. Like you can make
I'm trying to think which
Game of
characters from the
Thrones?
Second Age they're gonna choose.
Well, I think Sauron's got to be in there. Oh no, is there someone before Sauron? Isn't there?
Well, like there's
Sauron betrays what's his face.
Morgoth.
Yeah.
Morgoth. Yeah, maybe it's
That could be it.
Morgoth then.
That'd be sweet.
Morgoth looks fucking cool.
See what I mean? Like basing a show off of a well-written property like that, it should be a slam dunk.
It should be
Should
a slam. I think it will be a slam dunk.
That's the thing. So many people don't actually know this.
Yeah.
They know the Lord of the Rings trilogy. 'Cause-
Yeah, they know the Lord of the Rings trilogy. They might know of the Hobbit.
Yeah.
It's just like Game of Thrones. Like they can go with like that whole style with like Game of Thrones style with a show like that. I think it will go well.
Yeah, but
There's
I think
similarities.
because like everyone's gonna draw these similarities to Game of Thrones, and all everyone remembers from Game of Thrones is a shitty 8th season.
Yeah.
Is that everyone might be a bit, I don't know, pessimistic about it.
Hesitant.
Yeah, but dude, it doesn't matter. The fucking first 7 seasons were insane.
They were
Like,
fantastic.
so
They were
good.
well
That's
written.
the thing. It doesn't matter how good the first 7 seasons are. Nobody goes, I'm going to rewatch Game of Thrones. You get people who are like, I've rewatched Lord of the Rings like 30 times. I've rewatched
Yeah.
Harry Potter series like 30 times. No one rewatches Game of Thrones, even though it was the best thing on TV for years.
It's unfortunate because it was easily the best show ever made.
Yeah, and like
It was
like
by
they
far.
HBO announced the House of Dragons or whatever.
It looks fucking sick.
It looks good,
sick.
but I think again everyone is hesitant
it's bitterness
because
to season 8.
it's got Game of Thrones thrown all over it,
Yeah.
and that's all everyone
You
can
know what the
think
problem
about.
is too? Like it's because there's no ending to he never even got to finish the books, so you don't know the true ending. And then like everything is like rushed. Like how about we just write this?
He
in?
has come out and said that the ending won't be too different from how it
It's
was.
so fucking lame though. Like the only good episode in that whole last season was the Clegane Bowl. That was like the coolest
Clegane
part.
Bowl.
That was like the coolest part of the fucking like season.
Like the things that pissed me off about like the Battle of Winterfell, it was so dark.
It was so
When-
dark you couldn't see shit.
When you can just like the whole fight of Helm's Deep, it is set
Yeah.
at night, and you understand it is set at night. You are within that ambiance, but it
Yeah.
is not dark at all.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't know. Like if you're setting in the dark, like the Battle of Helm's Deep, like you could see like the moon,
Yeah.
glaring
Yeah.
and everything like that. That created an ambiance that was just fantastic for it all. But in Game of Thrones, the Battle of Winterfell was every time the dragon breathed, you could see a bit of something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
You know what else pissed me off? Like, it was like pretty predictable who was gonna live and
Yeah.
die at that point. And then like the characters that I care about, most of them died. I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't matter now. And then at the end, like, I've never seen the last episode. I've seen every episode except the very last episode. So I'm like, I'm just pretending it didn't happen, but I know what happens.
yeah.
And it's like, really? You're going to give the whole kingdom to this guy? Like,
Yeah.
he's got all the power now, the guy in the wheelchair? Like, fuck.
Spoiler.
I don't give a well,
It's been worded
yeah,
that
fuck,
far
man.
out.
It's,
I
yeah,
know.
fuck. Like, really, Bran's going to get the fucking thing, dude, out of
Yeah.
anyone?
There's
And like they were talking about like I think like how it was like going to be an elected official or something like that to run
Yeah.
the kingdoms or whatever. But Bran's the fucking Raven. He's gonna live forever.
yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking so dumb. It was so fucking good. It was so good.
I remember when the biggest problem with Game of Thrones was the fact that Ed Sheeran was in it. That was the biggest sin that they did.
Yeah. They brought in a celebrity cameo. Just
The coolest
for a
was,
little bit.
I just loved the part, like, everyone's, like, pumped. Like, remember at the end of, like, season 1, or is it season 2? I think it's season 1, where she has the dragon.
Yeah, when she
And then, like, they're
right,
hatched, and then she goes,
hatch,
Dracarys. And then it's this tiny little fucking dragon, but it just melts the guy. You're like, oh, this is going to be so
No.
sick.
Or
Or is that season
that'd
2?
be season 2 or 3. Season 1 is like
Okay,
they
no, because
just
that's
hatch.
the crown. The golden crown is sick. That episode's sweet too.
yeah,
where he's
or like Jon Snow dying.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
It was.
And it kept everybody on edge until the first episode of the new season.
You know what the other problem is? They made the White Walker so fucking cool, and like then it's all over.
I wanted to see
between-
more Ice Dragon versus Fire Dragon
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
Like you bring up that
Fucking
plot
dope.
point, you don't have them face off.
Yeah. It's just so many.
I don't know. They
So many
talked. They
problems.
talked up the White Walkers for 6.
That's
7
the problem.
seasons, and then it just
That's the problem.
was so anticlimactic.
I've seen the first. Have you guys ever watched Westworld?
Yep.
That's a good show that HBO has. But I'm looking forward to this new Game of Thrones.
I
thing.
mean, Westworld was good when they sort of migrated away from the whole Western theme park thing, and they started
Yeah.
going into real life. And I'm like,
The first
I kind of lost
the
interest.
first
in that.
season's really dope, and that's really where it's at for that one. But it's a good show. But I find myself like I'm rewatching some other HBO shows. And I got like I've been rewatching Entourage, and that one just it holds up, man. It's so funny, and it's just like a nice change of pace. It's like a 25-minute episode, and it's just like they do cool shit, and they're so stupid, and it's just hilarious. Like
I love going back to like old nostalgic fixes and just rewatching them.
Yeah, I can watch that one all the time. Like
Entourage, like I'll go
I
back
love
and
that
watch Corner Gas and My Name is Earl.
Oh, My Name is Earl is a good
over
show.
and over again.
That is another show that I wish had actually finished.
That was an
That was a
NBC
good show.
decision. You know, I wish they would have
Community could have had a better ending because Community was a
I
good
didn't
show.
actually watch the end of
The
Community.
Yahoo
Yeah.
they tried to tie a neat little bow on
Yeah,
it, but it's
not
okay.
the same. Yeah,
But like My Name is Earl ends on a cliffhanger.
yeah, My Name is Earl is a good show.
Yeah.
And then what's another one? I have to watch Sopranos. I haven't seen that series yet.
Neither have
Isn't
I.
there a new one coming
Yeah,
out
there's
soon?
what?
No, they came out with the movie. It's called The Saints in New York.
Yeah.
That's
New
it,
York. And
that's
it's
it.
like the prequel, but prequels never really work well.
Not particularly.
No. But they used like James Gandolfini's son
Yeah.
is him, like Tony Soprano or whatever, but a young Tony Soprano.
All I can really remember much about the Sopranos is the Gabagool.
I've never seen the show, so I have no
Okay,
idea.
so capicola or whatever, it's like a processed meat, and some Italians refer to it as gabagool, and it's like it's like every like fifth word. They're always talking about the meat. Oh, it was funny. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, no, like there's some good shows coming out. Like I'm excited for, like, but it's like a year away for those things too.
Yeah. And until then, I'm just gonna be watching hockey.
Hockey's good. Yeah, I'm actually getting excited. Actually, watching that All or Nothing got me pretty amped up for hockey. I gotta finish The Boys season 2. I haven't even fucking finished that yet. Fuck.
Yeah.
The Boys is a good show too by Amazon. Amazon's got really good shows.
They're
But you know
doing
what the
some
shows
good
I
stuff.
want to watch?
What?
I'm not getting Apple TV, but I really want to see Ted Lasso. Like I heard it's so good, and it's like right up my alley. Like it's a sports show, but it's like a really good comedy. And I really like Jason
Oh,
Sudeikis.
isn't that the whole fish out of water thing? Like he goes to England to teach us
He's like,
soccer.
yeah, he's a soccer coach, but he's an NFL coach. Like he just goes and transitions, becomes a Premier League coach, and he has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
That's
Because
funny.
he probably just saw
Yeah.
like a thing for like football, and it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
I coach football.
I think they like swept every category at the Emmys that they were nominated for. So like they won every nomination at the Emmys. I really want to watch it. Like it just looks fucking hilarious. And then there's a new sci-fi that's on there. Moriarty from the Sherlock Holmes movies.
No, I've
The
only
Englishman.
watched the first one.
Oh, you only watched the first one.
I can picture him in my head, but I have no idea
I'll
which actor
get
plays
the
him.
actor. He's like very popular. He's an English actor. I'll Google it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I only really watched Sherlock Holmes 1. I think there was 3 movies.
Was there?
The one with
There's only 2. They're making a third though.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy. What's his name? But you know what? You've seen that actor before?
Yeah, he's in Game of Thrones too.
Yeah, he is in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's one of the Burning Blades cultist people.
His name is Jared Harris. That's his name. But he's in this TV show. He was in Chernobyl, that TV show. I have to see that. I heard that's an amazing miniseries. But it's called The Foundation. It's like that sci-fi that they're showing.
Oh yeah, they're trying.
It
to,
looks really fucking cool.
It's what is it? It's like the Earth is dying or something like that.
It looks
like,
fucking really cool. Like it looks sweet. I want to watch that too. But I gotta. There's too many good shows out there. Too.
Yeah. All right. So you got any recommendations?
Fuck no, I don't watch TV. I keep getting everybody tells me you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. You gotta...
Watch
I don't have the
Entourage.
time. I don't have the
Watch
time.
Entourage. It's so good. But I want, I actually had to rewatch because I've only seen the first 2 or 3 seasons of. But I'm gonna watch it because it's on Netflix now. All of it. Vikings.
Okay.
I think that's something
I
you
did
wanna
watch the first season of
Vikings is dope. Like, and I think it's like critically acclaimed every season. Like, there's no issues, which is good.
Yeah. All right. We're running close to an hour here, so I think we are gonna call it there. Thanks for joining us this week. We haven't seen you guys in a long time, so yeah. It's been great, and we'll hope to catch y'all next time then.
Peace.
Later.
Bye.
God, your face is swollen.
Watch Mad Men.